Hey folks, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your NBA preview and prediction for a Friday, June 18th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your weekend. As always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are watching on a mobile device. Today's podcast brought to you by bballpicks.com. Anybody can play, anybody can join, and you want to follow the top pickers right now at bballpicks.com. That is Chris Fatty Kalaja, 803 points. Mark Nation, GSL 21, is at 787. And rounding out the top three scorers is Laura D. Danchko at 786. And those are your top scorers right now at bballpicks.com. Your hottest picker right now is Lenny77. David here is 10-3 the last 7 days. And you want to follow their picks for free each and every day right here at bballpicks.com. All right, let's get to this one in game number 6 between the Clippers and the Utah Jazz. Now, we all know the story. No Kawhi in this one, but that didn't matter because the Jazz lost at home to the Clippers in game number 5, 119-111. Next man up mentality is stored now into the Clippers, and that's why you got to be a good pro, right? They always say be a good pro. If one of your top players go down, the bench takes over, and next man up, and sure enough, the Clippers were able to get that big road win in Utah in game number 5. And now the bookmakers still confident level. Now, perception versus reality, right? We talk about it all the time. What is the perception and what is the reality going into this game? And the perception, you know what? It's still the same as last time. No Kawhi, so there's still a bit of a doubt maybe lingering for Clipper fans or basketball fans in that matter. But the bookmakers are not wavering. In fact, they're still making Utah a 1.5 point road favorite in this one. The over-under at 219.5. ATS forecast, the computer pick, look at this. 110.4 for Utah, 110.1 for the Clippers. So very, very tight margin here. 220.55 is the accumulated total based on 10 previous games in the system. Now, I did the same thing on the game between the Sixers and the Hawks. I went to the old ATS calculator, and I just wanted to see what the numbers were here. And look at that. We had Utah 3.58, and we had the total at 223.4. So you can see almost a 4-point win here, 3.58. And when you look at Utah in their last 10 games, they're 6-4 straight up, 5-4-1, 8-1-1 to the over. So that's an interesting number. Look at my number on this game, minus 8.06. Now this here is my value edge, and if I were to buy them on the stock market today, that's what I'd be recommending them at. And I also recommend the Clippers at minus 6.19. So still, Utah getting good value, fair market value here, and you're also getting good value here on the Clippers. Now, again, if you're going to play this game here tonight, folks, here's what I recommend. If you like Utah, take them on the money line. Don't sweat out that minus 1.5. Don't get hooked. And if you like the Clippers, get that Geico insurance and take that plus 1.5. And that's how I would play this game. And when I look at the Utah Jazz, they're 4-7 against A-type teams on the road this season. Only 3-8 against the number, where the Clippers are 11-4 straight up and against the number against A-type teams. And A-type teams in the Raymond Report are teams that are above 60%. And this should be an interesting matchup here because Utah does, compared to their home record, 35-7 straight up at home, but only 23-17 on the road. And but you got to look at their record on the year, 58-24, and in the playoffs they've been a bit hit and miss, right? If you look at the last game, 119-111. The game before that, 118-104. So they come out smoking in the first two games, 112-109, and it's not even smoking. It's just barely getting the wins, right? 112-109, 117-111. So they're really not dominating like the Clippers have in the last 3 games. 132-106. That was a complete blowout. But when I look at this game here tonight, I do want to lean towards the Utah Jazz. I know that might be a little bit of contrarian thinking, but I think the Utah Jazz going into this game are realizing that it's gut check time. And now that you had one game to game plan without Kawhi, I do like Utah here. And I know it's going to be a very probably contrarian play here tonight. I think a lot of people are going to be on the Clippers, but I'm going to go with the ATS calculator here. I think this is going to be about right. I think you're looking at a 113-110 type score, and I'm going to play Utah minus 1.5, and that is my recommendation for game number 6 between the Clippers and the Jazz. Have yourself a great rest of your Friday. As always, shop for value. Play those percentages. We'll see you back here shortly with another Raymond Report. Cheers.